Hey, what is happening in gaming world? Welcome to Jihad Gaming. I'm Jihad, and thank you guys for coming back to the Batman Arkham Knight walkthrough. If you guys are new to the channel, then please subscribe. I would very much love the support. If you guys liked the video, then please leave a like down below. With that out of the way, let's get to work. I assume by now everyone has already seen the Batman v Superman trailer. If it's going to be like a continuation story of the Man of Steel, then by all rights it should be called Superman v Batman, shouldn't it? That's just my opinion, but I'm a little biased. Like I'm more of a Superman fan than Batman. It's kind of hard to say that Batman's number 2 in the running since it's like so close. It's like an inch next to each other. I mean, Batman's just behind Superman by just an inch in my favorite list. So it's kind of hard to say that he's number 2. But in all fairness, yeah, Superman's kind of like my favorite. I like how they portrayed him in the Man of Steel. And they give him so much grief in that movie. It's like he was just now starting out. Seriously, you expect him to be, you know, Man of Steel, the guy who fights truth and justice in like the first 45 seconds of the film? No. Give it a rest, people. Jeez. So, here we are going to Wayne Tower. Batman is going to activate his security program and open the doors for us. So, anyway, with the trailer, I'll get to in a minute. This part right here is kind of.
Those who weren't really dressed for the front entrance.
Have you finished the decryption?
Fully decoded. I've downloaded all recent militia radio transmissions and their corresponding coordinates to your machine.
Thanks, Lucius. I can scan the network for the Arkham Knight's voice print and determine the location of his last broadcast.
So, with the Batman v Superman trailer, I noticed a lot of things in the trailer, like, for one, Batman snapping a soldier's neck. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that, but I sure did. The fact that in the trailer they edited it and cutted it to make it look like Superman used his heat vision to try and hit Batman, and I'm like, Superman, come on, that would kill Batman. Come on, be smart here. But I have been hearing rumors and some things about how with the body of dead Zod, Lex Luthor is somehow going to be responsible of creating Doomsday. I didn't know for sure how they were going to make it work. I didn't know how they were going to bring Doomsday in, because in some carnations Doomsday is made by the Kryptonians. And I guess in a way I kind of like this idea. Because, I mean, they would need a big super baddie, right? I mean, if they brought in Lex Luthor, and he's already got a big giant mechanical machine with a heart pumping kryptonite stone in it, then I'm going to be just. I'm going to be a little upset.
I hope you don't mind my allowing Clara to stay. She said that Wayne Tower was the safest place for 100 miles, and I could hardly disagree.
No, it's fine, Lucius. She could stay. As long as no one who tries to impersonate me comes in. You know, that's completely fine.
The Batsuit while Lucius's PA is still here.
Ever been curious about your identity? I would have torn off that mask years ago. I always figured the truth would be a letdown. But I have to admit, masquerading as Gotham's least interesting socialite is one hell of a...
But anyway,
The dead parents are just icing on the cake.
For Wonder Woman, which I'll get to that in a minute, Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman all fighting in this movie, they would all need a big baddie to, kind of get their crap together and say, hey, we need to work together to take out this so-and-so.
Next generation disruptor.
And it would really warm my heart if it was Doomsday, because that would mean that they would have to work together to try and
I think I might need it.
take out this threat, right?
Bruce, it's Vicky.
And if Lex Luthor has made this threat, this so-called Doomsday, fingers quotes, then... Oh, here's a cool little Easter egg. Look at this. Ace, the Bat Hound. That's really cool. I like how they added Ace and Easter egg into the game. That's really cool. If they have added Doomsday and they made Lex Luthor the creator of Doomsday, then just imagine what the Senate and the government will look towards Lex Luthor now as an evil threat instead of Superman, because he's the one who created this evil threat. So, Lex Luthor, as he talks now,
LexCorp has made a very generous offer for Wayne Tech's Applied Sciences Division, yet your persistent unavailability begins to look less like a busy schedule and more like deliberately antagonistic behavior. Come now, meet with me. I'm sure we can come to an agreement. A man of your refined taste doesn't need an Applied Sciences Division after all. He needs another $1 billion.
oh, here's cool.
You're coming to Maggie and I's engagement thing next week, aren't you? No one's seen you in months, Bruce. And you taught me the importance of keeping up appearances.
So Kate Kane is in this game. Batwoman. Oh, I forgot. Joker's got messages.
Bruce, this is your father calling. It's time we had a talk, son. You know, about the dressing up. Next new message. Bruce, this is your mother calling now. I just want to say... Oh, sorry. It's so funny, you know, because they're dead.
Bruce's mom looks absolutely gorgeous.
Alfred.
It's hard to believe she turns into the Joker in Flashpoint. Whatever. Anyway, Lex Luthor, he presents himself and thinks to be the most genius and smart man on the planet
Until I
Earth.
get there, Alfred. I don't want to spoil the surprise.
And in some cases, yeah, he is smart. He is a genius. I mean, he's an evil genius, but still. If he would not build up or present himself to be like this amazing, nice humanitarian to the government and Senate, just so at the end of the movie he can come out with a big giant robot and kryptonite and bring Superman to his knees. It don't seem to work that way. I could see Lex Luthor kind of pulling the strings in the background and being like the maniacal villain who hides within the shadows, and he can make something like Doomsday, and when Superman and Batman are able to defeat it and take it down, then not Superman, but Lex Luthor can just stay in his house and say, no, I had nothing to do with it, So that's another thing too. I kind of feel like that's where Batman would come in and say, like, you're wrong, Luthor, you did have something to do with it, because I've got proof, and Batman will show out some kind of proof and evidence showing that he was involved. But I think in a movie like this, you kind of need like not really like a Brainiac or a Dark Side to come in and that would be like more like a Justice League type film. I mean, those guys are really big villains. But I can definitely see something like Doomsday. Doomsday doesn't really have like an agenda. His main and sole purpose is to kill and destroy Superman. That's his main source, his main goal in life. His entire I can't even say the word. I tried and attempted. His whole entire biology, his philiology, I can't even pronounce that word, forgive me, of how, like, if he takes damage, he gets stronger, and I think that's what Lex Luthor was trying to use the kryptonite for, just so that he can infuse it with Zod's DNA. That way, whenever Doomsday gets around to Superman, Superman will get weak, and that will make Doomsday all that more stronger when he beats up Superman. I honestly think he's trying to fuse the kryptonite with Zod's DNA and make one big giant Doomsday creature. That's what I think, anyway. And I mean, that would make a lot of sense. That would explain a lot, like who is this, like the heat vision getting ready to hit Batman in the trailer. I mean, that would make a lot of sense, because Superman, he wouldn't do that to Batman. He knows that would kill him instantly. It's not like he knows that he can just grapple away in just like mere seconds, you know. But anyway, I don't want to see a Batman that kills. I don't like the whole fact that I saw him breaking a dude's neck in the trailer. Either that, or that he's just gotten so good with his skills that whenever he does that, it's not really breaking his neck anymore. Maybe it's just a knockout technique. I hope they like explain that somewhat.
Not your best day at the office, Bat.
But yeah, no. Yeah, oh, crap. Now I gotta go into options, and I gotta change the battering inverted to non-inverted. Thank you. Freaking games who do that, man. Flippin' games that do that crap. I hate it. Who wants to do that stuff inverted? Who wants to do that? Make it right. It'd be make it non-inverted, but still keep the options in there for people who do want to do it inverted. I'm more used to non-inverted, so keep it that way. Anyway, a small little rant about non-inverted. Anyway, so yeah, Lex Luthor, I hope that he's like behind the shadows, pulling the strings, kind of thing. You know, that would make a lot of sense. Have like some kind of doomsday creature come in and fight Superman, and have him like push back Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman being stunned by how strong this thing is, that he would like overwhelm her. And then watch Doomsday be on top of Superman, having to beat him up. Superman getting weaker and weaker because it's fused with this kryptonite. And then who would come in to save the day? Watch Batman come flying out of the sky out of nowhere, falling on the back of Doomsday, planting plastique into Doomsday's eyes and blowing up his face, causing temporary blindness to Doomsday. Doomsday running around frantically while Superman catches his breath. I mean, I pretty much, I don't know, I'm picturing a whole entire fight scene in my head, and I haven't even seen the movie yet.
they took was
But yeah, that's pretty much how I think I can see it going. If it doesn't go that way, I'll be okay. But at least I would want some type of form of big bad villain in there, not Doomsday, not I would want something like Doomsday in there, but nothing like Lex Luthor and a big giant mechanical machine. I mean, no.
Had a couple of ninja sticks hidden in her wheelchair. Went straight for the boss when he grabbed her. Ninja sticks? How should I know what they're called? She hit people with them. I don't think they're called ninja sticks. Doesn't matter what they're called. We're not killing her. Scarecrow wants her alive. Where does he get all these things? Did he rob a military installation? Is he rich? This stuff looks expensive. They're all custom made. Designed to take down this Batman. I'll get it. He's just one man. You saw the briefing, right? No, I must have missed it. Well, I did. He's good. He's very good. An army? Really, to take out one guy? This is gonna be easy. That's the plan. I'd rather have too many guns than not enough.
So yeah, that's my thoughts on the whole premise on how I would want the movie to go. How like Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman all work together. And I've played through this game 2 times already. So where's the Arkham Knight? I don't see him up here. And now all of a sudden, pow pow pow, and he comes flying out of nowhere.
You're not going anywhere, old man. Tri-weave titanium-coated armor plate. Nice. Unless you know exactly where to shoot. You're good, Dark Knight. Even better than I remember. It's gonna make it even more satisfying when I kill you. Oh, and don't worry about Barbara. I'll take better care of her than you ever did. Batman's in the control room. Show him what happens when he messes with my city.
Wow. So
You're not getting through me!
yeah. Anyway, and now we got people to fight. That's amazing. Batman almost has a heart attack, and now we've got people to fight. And that's always how it goes. But anyway, more of my thoughts on Lex Luthor, really. To be honest, and to all the Jesse Eisenberg fans out there in the world, I am sorry to say this, but he sucks. He is a terrible actor. He acts the same in all his films. I mean, I liked him in Zombieland. In The Social Network, he was okay, but again, I saw the dude from Zombieland. I didn't see anyone else. And in every other movie since then, like Now You See Me and every other film that he's been in that I've watched him in, he acts the same in all his films. He does not change it up at all. He is a terrible actor. I do not buy him as Lex Luthor. He looks the part if he shaved his head, and I saw the image where he got like this head shaved, and yeah, he looks, with a bald head, he looks like Lex Luthor. That much I'll give him. But to actually, I saw him in this trailer, he looks nothing at all. It just, he looks nothing at all like Lex Luthor. He acts nothing at all like Lex Luthor. Personality is all wrong to be Lex Luthor. I just don't like Jesse Eisenberg in this film. I think that was poor casting. I think that was just very, very poor casting. I hate the fact that they casted him as Lex Luthor. He just, I don't know how many times I'm going to say it in this video, but he's a terrible actor.
What kind of supervillain thinks a bullet to the stomach and a handful
He cannot play Lex Luthor. I'm sorry, he just can't act. I'm sorry to all the Jesse Eisenberg fans out there, but he really does suck. I'm sorry.
Diamondback's hit!
Not to mention people who are terrible at acting. Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. The only movies I have ever seen her in are the Fast and the Furious films. That is it. That is it.
Time to rescue.
She needs to have more acting experience. She needs to be in more films before carrying on such a big, iconic role as Wonder Woman. I mean, we're talking about Wonder Woman, right? The woman who has been like this big, huge symbol for all the women in the world through the World War I and World War II. She has just been, who's been fighting for like women rights, and she's like the main poster girl for everything. Everything women rights, everything that's been going on in past 20, 30, 40, 50 something years. She has been huge. And you're going to cast Wonder Woman. You're going to cast Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, who has little to no acting experience at all, to carry such a major role on her shoulders, and expect her to perform well. Again, poor casting choice. So now that I've got the big reason out of the way, the other reasons why I don't like Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. One, she may be gorgeous, but she's not Wonder Woman gorgeous. I'm sorry to say, but she's not. She's got that exotic look to her, but I never found Wonder Woman to have like an exotic look. I found Wonder Woman to be more strong and independent, beautiful look, if that makes any sense at all. She's strong, independent. Gal Gadot looks like she needs to eat a sandwich before, the wind blows her away. I mean, she has no muscle. She needs to build up for the role. She's not curvy at all, not in the bust area or in the hips. Sorry. I like my Wonder Woman to be curvy. I like my Wonder Woman to be strong and physical. I would like my Wonder Woman to be smart and beautiful. We're talking about goddess beautiful, because that's essentially what Wonder Woman is. She is everything that every woman hopes to be. So think about it. If you meet a woman out there in the world today that says, no, I don't want to be smart, beautiful, successful, with a great body and physical and all that, then she's lying to you. Sorry to say. But Wonder Woman is all those things rolled into one. She is like the DC version of Barbie doll, but think Barbie doll carrying a big bazooka. She has got guns on her that are just... she's strong and independent and curvy and gorgeous, and she carried the entire... How can I say this? She carried the entire women rights on her shoulders. It's like that's Wonder Woman. There have been a lot of women who in real life who've carried women rights and all that, and I understand that. But the forefront, who is the poster child for everything women rights is Wonder Woman. Sorry to say, but it's true. If you're disappointed by my statements, I'm sorry, but that's my opinion. That's how I feel about it. And it just Gal Gadot does not fit that role to me. She's not curvy. She's gorgeous, but she's not Wonder Woman gorgeous, and she's not physical at all. Like, seriously, a good strong,
Keep the channel open.
good strong wind would blow her away. I mean, it's terrible. No. I'm sorry, but no. Again, poor casting choice. I would have picked someone else a lot more better to play Wonder Woman. I would have picked someone with better acting skills than Jesse Eisenberg to play Lex Luthor. I'm sorry. But I don't know what they were thinking whenever they casted these two people. It was like, is that really the best that they've had on that day? Is like, really? I understand Hollywood, they have a saying, actors are a dime a dozen. I get that, that's fine. But if that's the case, then why are they picking such poor dimes out of the pile that are so many? I mean, it's so, ugh. I'm sorry, I'm not buying Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. I'm not buying Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. It's just, it's poor casting. It's poor, incompetent casting, and I won't support it until I actually go and see the movie and I give them a chance. If I'm not sold on them being their characters that they've been casted to be in that film by the time I walk out of there, that is really going to damage. That's really gonna, I don't know. That's really going to damage any future films that are going to be made with, I don't know what I'm trying to say, really. It would damage my image of DC a little bit. As much, I mean, they've really botched a lot of stuff past couple of weeks. Like, in the comics, they've already made Jim Gordon Batman. He's wearing some kind of mechanical suit, and I'm just really... The New 52 is just not all that great. It's really been kind of sucky lately. It's been sucky since the very beginning. Sorry for fans of New 52, but it really has been sucky. And now, in terms of film, they got Man of Steel right, but then all of a sudden, it's just poor casting. And just watch. And the next time, whenever they come out with like a Man of Steel 2, and they're gonna show Lex Luthor again, just watch. They will recast Lex Luthor. It will not be Jesse Eisenberg the second time around. It will probably be someone else. And if Gal Gadot fails as Wonder Woman,
If I find Penguin, I'll find the Arkham.
if she fails, you can forget. And I mean, you can forget about any chances or any hope of seeing a Wonder Woman film, standalone film. I mean, you can forget any chances of that ever happening if she fails. That is it. She would have literally killed Wonder Woman. But anyway, guys, that's my thoughts. That's the end of this video. If you guys liked the video, then please leave a like down below. If you guys are new to the channel, then please subscribe. I would very much love the support. And until next time, guys, I'll see you all in the next video. See you all later.